potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now.
Word on the street is that Solange is furious about her sister Beyonce being dragged into the Diddy case. She had tried repeatedly to persuade Beyonce to leave her marriage to Jay Z, but when she realized her sister wasn't listening, she stepped back. Trust me, Jay Z and Beyonce's legal teams are on high alert regarding everything unfolding. After the Piers Morgan interview with Jaguar Wright, their lawyer quickly sent a letter to Piers, and they are reportedly doing the same with anyone who mentions Beyonce and Jay Z in connection to Diddy. Beyonce and Jay Z remained silent until Jack made those allegations, so could it be that she's onto something once again? If there's one thing we've learned about Solange, it's that she fiercely protects Beyonce. Remember the incident back in May 2014 during a Met Gala afterparty? Surveillance footage captured Solange confronting her brother-in-law while Beyonce looked on. There was even a time when Solange almost called the police on their father, fearing he might harm Beyonce.
Who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will.
However, their relationship seems to have grown strained lately, and rumors suggest it could be linked to the Diddy situation. Investigations into Diddy began about a year prior to Cassie filing her lawsuit, meaning Jay Z and Beyonce were aware of the brewing issues. Coincidentally, this was also when Solange and Beyonce reportedly stopped communicating. Strange, right? Allegedly, Solange was well aware of the connections and had genuinely attempted to get Beyonce out of her marriage to Jay Z because of his ties to Diddy. Reportedly, she feared that Beyonce would eventually be pulled into something unsavory, which seems to be unfolding now.
Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. And everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting air tag on children during visits. These are normal practices that these people do.
One theory circulating is that due to Beyonce and Jay Z's immense influence in the music industry and their long-standing association with Diddy, there's a conspiracy theory claiming that when other artists pose a threat to Beyonce, Diddy might take drastic measures. Some conspiracy theorists point to clues in J. Cole's 2013 hit She Knows, which references R&B singers Aaliyah and Lisa Left Eye Lopes, both of whom died in tragic accidents while rising in the industry alongside Beyonce. Fans have also noticed a pattern of major artists acknowledging or thanking Beyonce during their acceptance speeches, such as Adele, who famously shared her Grammy with Beyonce in 2017, calling her the artist of her life. And let's not forget the infamous moment in 2009 when Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift at the VMAs to declare that Beyoncé had one of the greatest videos of all time. Allegedly, these artists feel pressured to show loyalty to Beyonce. Expressed his frustration about not receiving invitations to the Rossi Nation brunch while only getting calls related to drama. He directed a message to Jay Z saying, "I know you're watching, so stop having people reach out to me. Just call me yourself, you have my number. This is going to go viral, and if I end up missing, know that all these calls have been about you." He suggested that it might be Jay Z's lawyer contacting him, similar to how the lawyer had reached out to Piers Morgan, who had to apologize to Jay Z and Beyonce for hosting Jaguar Wright on his show. During that interview, Jaguar made shocking claims about Jay Z and Beyonce, alleging they kept people against their will and illegally transported them while unconscious.
Can't possibly accept this award, and I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful and gracious, but my artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just...
Following the release of the interview, Jay Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, responded to Jaguar's accusations by stating, "There are rumors, and then there's nonsense." What Jaguar said crossed the line into serious allegations. He explained that this prompted him to issue a legal ultimatum to Piers, demanding the interview be taken down to remove the false claims. Alex elaborated on why their legal team escalated their response, saying somebody on a supposed journalistic platform took a baseless rumor and amplified it, causing real harm and overshadowing the voices of those genuinely affected. That was unacceptable.
So monumental, Beyonce. It was so monumental and so well thought out and so beautiful and soul-bearing, and we all got to see another side to you that you don't always let us see, and we appreciate that, and all us artists here.
Alex also indicated that although the Carters hadn't publicly commented amid Diddy's legal troubles, their reaction to Pierre's interview served as a statement. When the Carters take a stand like this, they're sending a clear message. If they can't voice what's right and wrong, who can? I believe the truth will ultimately come out in court. Pierre later apologized, stating that Jay Z and Beyonce, through their attorney, were contemplating legal action if the claims made by Jaguar weren't removed. He noted that during the interview, Jaguar had made serious allegations against the couple while they were absent to defend themselves.
We f***ing adore you. You are our light. And the way that you make me and my friends feel, the way you make my black friends feel is empowering, and you make them stand up for themselves. And I love you. I always have, and I always will.
He added that their lawyers had contacted him, asserting that those claims were entirely false, leading them to comply with the request to edit the interview. Pierre acknowledged the complexities of modern platforms, noting that anyone can have a voice if they have something to say. He expressed that while they strive for transparency, there are legal boundaries to consider, likening it to a fire alarm in a crowded theater. Consequently, they apologized to Jay Z and Beyonce. Beyonce or Jay Z would comment further. A source close to them indicated that they were intentionally remaining silent, especially in light of Diddy's indictment. The source remarked that the last thing they want is to become implicated, so they will continue to stay out of the fray. Interestingly, Jay Z and Beyonce have been mentioned in connection with Diddy beyond just Jaguar's claims. Allegations surfaced suggesting that they were referenced in Cassie's initial lawsuit, which implied they witnessed Diddy's aggressive behavior at one of his parties. It included claims that Jay Z and Beyonce had knowledge of an incident involving Diddy, but specific details were withheld due to privacy concerns. Clear that something was amiss between them. An insider noted that it was peculiar Solange wasn't involved in Beyonce's new album, especially since its style suited her well. Furthermore, Solange did not promote the album on social media, which raised eyebrows. The insider commented, "It's unusual for her not to be publicly supporting Beyoncé, especially since she took a risk with her latest project, Renaissance." While they didn't have concrete evidence of a rift, they speculated that there was definitely tension between the two. Notably, Solange didn't congratulate Beyoncé on her Grammy wins, even as Beyoncé was celebrated for becoming the artist with the most Grammy wins in history. In turn, Beyoncé didn't mention Solange during her acceptance speech, despite thanking numerous others. There were even whispers that an argument escalated to the point where Solange, in a fit of anger, caused Beyoncé injuries that required medical care and over 2 weeks of bed rest due to a serious leg injury. Allegedly, Solange is exhausted from fighting for her sister, which might explain her silence. While it seems evident that something is going on, whether it relates to Diddy remains uncertain. What do you think? Do you see a connection? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear more.